Hello everybody. I wanted to do this little video here. It's not so much about my writing as about some experiences I've actually had with sleep paralysis. Little context to this. A long time ago, my mom told me that before I was born, after her and my dad had recently been married, she had a nightmare where she couldn't move and the shadow was sitting on her chest. That's the only time she ever really told me about that. And I've joked about it over the years with her saying, oh, maybe I'm the son of a incubus or something, because I got a dark sense of humor. But, myself, I've actually had experiences with sleep paralysis. Now, the thing is, for me, in my experiences, yeah, I'll be awake, unable to move, and I can still see and hear everything around me. But I haven't really seen shadow people, but more on that in a second. I can't really remember too many experiences from my youth, but the house I lived in before this one, we moved here about a year ago. The previous house, we'd been there for over 10 years. I had quite a few episodes in that house. Now, the thing was, though, it never happened unless I was alone. My wife used to work at Walmart, and being in management, she had some, weekend hours, late hours. So a lot of times on the weekend, I was home by myself in the mornings. I'd get up, go downstairs, turn the TV on, and usually crash out on the couch. Now our couch was, the staircase is here, and the couch is here, and the love seat was here, kind of an L shape. So right behind here was, the staircase. I was usually laying down on that one, on that couch. Many times I would, I'd be laying there watching TV, and then the paralysis would kick in. And if you've ever experienced it, you know that you're fully alert and awake up here. You're still seeing the things in the waking world, but things from the subconscious world kind of bleed into it. At least that's my experience from it. The strange thing is, okay, bear in mind, we don't have kids, but yet I could hear coming from upstairs when I'm paralyzed like that, muffled voices that sound like children. Sometimes, they would sound older, but either way, muffled voices when you're home alone is creepy enough. But then the staircase behind me, I could hear, it sounds like somebody's walking down the stairs. The way it kind of creaks as you step on it. And I hadn't really hit paralysis yet. So I would snap awake and look around, and there's nobody there. I'm thinking, okay, it's weird. I must have been drifting off. And as no sooner did I lay my head back down, it would kick in again. And then this time I would be paralyzed. I never really saw things, but I heard things walking around, the sound of like people stepping around your room. Kind of the weird thing though, a lot of times I had the perception that they were indifferent to me being there. You know how the way people always say, well, it's this dark presence, and I felt like, it wanted to come out and get me or whatever. For me, I always felt like it was just kind of there. The same way you get disregarded when you're at the grocery store, people walking around you doing their own thing. People really don't pay you any mind. That's kind of how I felt. But still, to hear things moving around was kind of strange. Well, hell, it was friggin' freaky. This happened probably once every couple of months. I mean, nothing major. I'm sure everybody's experiences are going to be different with sleep paralysis. The last time I had it at the other house was the first time it ever happened when I wasn't alone. Okay, here's how the situation went on that. I woke up, and I'm laying on my side, facing towards this way, and I felt my wife get out of bed, and she walked around, and I saw her walking by, and I hadn't really realized I was paralyzed at the time, because I just opened my eyes, I see her walk by. She went into the bathroom. And I'm laying there thinking, crap, I got to go to work tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. You know what you think when you wake up, like 3 in the morning. Like, crap, I gotta get up and go to work in a few hours. As I'm laying there, heard the toilet flush, heard the sink come on, washed your hands. I saw the light go out, because I'm facing the wall and the light from the bathroom kind of turned off. But the light behind me was on because I guess she had her lamp on for reading or whatever. I open up my eyes, I see her walking by, and then she stops right in front of me, just standing there, facing this way. And the weird thing is, I physically felt her get into bed behind me and pull the covers up. But yet, I'm still seeing her standing there. At this point, my eyes are just kind of like this. They're not fully open, but they're open enough to where you can kind of see the outline of somebody standing there. And I know it's her, but she's just standing there. And then she slowly turns and looks at me. I can't really quite make out her facial features, but at this point I'm thinking, okay, this isn't her. And then she gets her face, goes close to me like this. And I still can't make out her features, but I can see her standing there. And at this point I'm thinking, okay, this is a first for me. After all the years I've had sleep paralysis, that's the first time that ever happened. And then, boom, I snapped out of it. I turned around, and she's just laying there, already asleep. And I thought to myself, okay, that's probably the weirdest episode of sleep paralysis I've ever had. Like I said, I've never seen a shadow person, but I've heard phantom noises. And for me, one of the creepiest things that usually happens is I never sleep on my back because of this, because I always hear you getting pressure on your chest and you can't breathe. So I sleep on my side. That doesn't stop it from happening, though. And, I got my pillow like this, and I'm laying there, and I hear these muffled noises coming from the pillow. Kind of sounds like it's either coming from the pillow or from the behind the wall. Either way, I'm like, okay, this, especially at the last house, because we were up on the top floor, and would have been nobody back there, because, But I've always heard phantom noises, and that was the first time I actually saw a figure, but it wasn't a shadow person, which I thought was strange. But I think everybody's experiences with sleep paralysis are different, and it did inspire me to start writing my next book. I mean, originally the Folklore series, book 3, I was going to do it about a banshee, but I decided to go with the incubus thing, tying in the sleep paralysis to it. So if anybody has ever had a sleep paralysis episode, I'd love to hear about it. Maybe I'll include it in the book, with the main characters there. I'll somehow probably be able to work it in. But, it's a topic I'm really interested in. And if anybody has had a sleep paralysis incident, comment below what you went through, or you can message me, and I'll read them on another video. So, I got to get back to work now, but that's all I wanted to talk about was, have you had sleep paralysis, and what have your experiences been like? Thank you.